Ladies and gentlemen, I am Johann Strauss II, and for most of my years, Vienna was both my workshop and my playground. A city whose very heartbeat seemed to pulse in triple time. I was born into a family where music was not merely a profession, but a destiny. My father, the formidable Johann Strauss I, set a high bar with his marches and dances, and although he tried to steer me toward a career far from the stage, the violin called too strongly. Once I began composing and conducting on my own, everything unfolded with dizzying speed. Waltzes, polkas, quadrilles, pieces meant to make people lift their spirits, and quite literally, lift their feet. I was fortunate to cross paths with some remarkable musical minds. I admired and exchanged warm words with Johannes Brahms, whose teasing remark about wishing he had written the Blue Danube remains one of my cherished memories. I also shared a sincere mutual respect with Jacques Offenbach, that master of operetta sparkle, whose encouragement helped propel my own efforts in the theater. Even Richard Wagner, from a very different musical world, paid attention to what was happening in Vienna's dance halls and theaters. Our artistic orbits touched more often than one might think. Of all my works, An der schönen blauen Donau, the Blue Danube, became the emblem I never expected. Written originally for voices, reshaped for orchestra, it somehow captured the nostalgia, elegance, and restless joy of Vienna. And Die Fledermaus, my operetta that seems always ready to welcome a new generation of revelers, taught me that laughter and lightness can travel as far as any symphony. Yet behind the glitter of the ballrooms, there were years of illness, financial anxiety, and the constant pressure to write the next piece that would keep Vienna dancing. Still, the music always arrived, sometimes shyly, sometimes with a rush, and I followed it as faithfully as I could. I spent my final days in Vienna, the city I loved above all others, passing away there in 1899. If I left anything behind worth keeping, perhaps it is the reminder that joy can be as profound as sorrow, and that a few well-placed notes in three-quarter time can lift an entire people for a moment above the weight of their troubles. Thank you for listening, and thank you for letting the waltz continue.